Hello students, this is Miss Gannon back for another episode of the Julie Gannon Show. Today I am going to do a demonstration on how to do an MLA report. That's Modern Language Association report. Before you watch this video, please make sure you go to Google Classroom and get the notes that are labeled report notes. I have a little sample up here for you on how to do an MLA style report. There are many different styles of report writing, but this is just one of them, and it tends to be the most common, I think. First thing here you can tell is I have a document that is not formatted because we know according to the notes that we are going to double space the whole report formatting. We're going to change our top, bottom, left, and right margins to 1 inch. We will use Times New Roman, and we will have a header. So I'm going to go ahead and select all. I'm just going to go to Control A. And the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to change the margins. They should already be set to 1 inch, but let's see. Question number 6 in our notes says, how does one change the margins in Microsoft Word? It says step 1 to click on page layout. And the page layout tab is right here. It says to click on margins, and that's over here on the far left side. And my top, bottom, left, right will all be 1 inch, and now they're set. And that's good. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change my font for my whole report to Times New Roman 12, and that's very much standard when you use MLA report formatting. So I'm going to click over here on the Home tab. I'm going to click on the tab over here, and I'm going to go to Times New Roman. Of course, it's alphabetized. There we go. And then I want to make sure that it is 12. And there you go. I have to tell you, it is standard to go Times New Roman 12, so even if your teachers don't ask you to do it, you should be doing that. The next thing it says in our notes on question number 9 is how does one double space in Microsoft Word? It says to click on the page layout tab again. We're going to click on paragraph, the little arrow here. And then I'm going to say line spacing double. And then I will click OK. Now, and that will double space the whole thing. A faster way to do that is to go hit Control A, so you highlight everything, and then hold the Control key down again and tap the 1. And when I tap the 1, that will single space, 2 will double space. And that's just a nice little keyboard shortcut if you choose to do that. Over here, we know that in order to tell the reader we have a new paragraph, we need to hit the Tab key. And you might want to go back to the Home tab and click the Show Hide. I like Show Hide for proofreading. I don't necessarily like it for when I'm actually typing. I find it distracting, but I do find it useful when I am proofreading. So let me just finish these over here. And there we go. And you can tell I just typed all these different things. Actually, I didn't. I just typed a bunch of X's because it was faster. And there we go. Make sure also, class, that you have no stray hard returns at the end. We will take off 1 point per hard return because that's how you get those random pages that just kind of pop out at the end of the printer. Okay, so now we have, looks like we have like 3 pages of a report. We need to put in our header for the last name of the person. So we'll pretend like the last name of the person here is Jose Smith. Okay, according to question number 11, it asks us how we put the auto number in. In order to put the header in, I'm going to go to, Insert. And I will go over here to where it says header, except you don't really have to do that. You can go over here where it says page number. It actually saves a step if you do it this way. At the top of the page. And I'm going to pick number 3. The reason I'm picking plain number 3 is because I want the information to be justified all the way to the right. Not the left, not the center, but the right. And there it is. And it's automatically putting the page number in there for me. But I also need to put the name of the person in. So Smith space. Make sure you put the space in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and close that. When I pop this out to print preview, it should say Smith 1, Smith 2, Smith 3. And let me go to the next page. And there's Smith 2. We can see it right there. And now we have Smith 3. That's perfect. That is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Now, one other thing I'd like to show you down here is I would like to show you how to do a works cited page. And we haven't really talked a whole lot about this yet, but I just wanted to show you how to do a page break. In order to do a page break, and this is not in your notes, you're going to click Insert and you're going to hit Page Break right here. And what that does is instead of pressing enter, 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 enter to get to the fourth page, it automatically just takes you to the next page. Kind of a nice little trick. You're going to go and you're always going to say that it's a works cited page. And a works cited page is where you give credit to people's ideas, pictures, words, thoughts that you borrow. You can't just take words from somebody or pictures or ideas from somebody. It's plagiarism, and we wouldn't want anybody here to get caught with that. But as long as you always work cite, you will be safe. So I centered that. I'm going to go back to the left over here, or I can hit Control L to go back. So again, I can hit Control L, and that takes it back to the left. And then you're going to type in the data. It's going a little slow here. Like really slow. And the thing you need to remember about works cited is that they're always going to be alphabetized by the author's last name, and then the second line on, so second, third, fourth line, however long your information is, the second line will be indented. So you can tell that this is a little bit backwards. So I'm going to take this information here, and I'm using the ruler, dragging it back. I'm going to highlight the whole works cited, and now I'm going to drag the bottom in a ½ inch. So that means that again, every line after the first one will be indented a ½ inch. The reason for that is so that the author's last name clearly is it's evident. It sticks out very far to the left. You can see it, so it helps the reader. Class, I hope this helps you understand how to do an MLA report. If you don't understand how to do this, please, again, always watch the video again. You can ask your neighbor. Certainly you can read your notes, and of course you can always ask me. But ask 3 before me. Thank you.